Hello and thanks for coming back to my channel. In this episode we're going to do a follow-up to the Red CEC. This is it. The Chinese Red CEC computer. It's an Apple II clone from China, and I just added a nice power supply, US power supply, so I don't have to be using, connectors or power adapters for this. And also I'm gonna do the same thing for the CECE, the Apple II clone from China, the same maker. So let's play with this and see how it goes. Let's start. Welcome back. My last video I have this CEC computer from China, and I found out that my power supply was faulty, so I couldn't turn it on. I had to use an external power supply, and I tested and it was good. So I decided to take that power supply and fit it in the computer. So it's a tight fit. But the worst problem that I had is that here is where the switch, the turn on switch was, and by putting it in this power supply, I couldn't make it fit. So I had to cut a part of this metal, I think it's a dissipator. So I have to take it out, and now I'm gonna put it in like this, and now I think I can put it, yeah, if I push it in, yeah, it will go through a switch. And I bought a switch specifically for this computer. No, this is not the switch. Where's the switch? Oh, here it is. So anyway, I bought a switch that it's, what I like, it is red like the computer itself, and it's nice, so it fits perfectly. Boop, it goes in. So I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put a couple of drops of glue so it stays there, and it's gonna look beautiful in there. So the only thing I gotta do is I gotta cut the cable and put, solder one here and one over here, so it makes a loop, and when I connect it like this, it turns on. I disconnect like this, it turns off. So that's all I gotta do. So I'm gonna do it real quickly and we'll test it. Well, I just fitted the power supply. I got the connector over here. I solder it. I just need to finish soldering this part. I already have my conductor on top, so you can isolate it. And I'm just gonna solder these real fast. And that's gonna be that. Heat up a little bit so it blends into the metal. That's it, done. Ready, turn off. Just gonna wait to get a little bit cold, and let's put it together. Okay, now this is cold. I'm just gonna cut a little piece of here that I don't like. That's it. Put this like this. It's a little bit stuck there, so I gotta make it flat. So now I pass this. Okay. Let it cool a little bit, and there it is. There's my cabling. Just gonna make sure that it doesn't touch any important areas. Kind of worried about this, just to be on the safe side, I'll take a little bit of tape. If I can find my tape. Just cut a little piece of it. I'm going to put it over here. So I like to be on the safe side. Of course. I want to do something on video. Everything fails. That's like the law. Has to fail. So I'm going to put actually one in here. I'm going to put another one here just to be on the super safe side. Now that I can still take it out, I'll take it out and I'll put it in here like this. So it goes all around. Yep. Doesn't look beautiful, but it's safe. You know, I prefer safe to beautiful. Now I get it in, and it kind of fits. Let's see if this goes in here. Yep, it goes in here like this. So now what I'm gonna do is I like to make sure that things are, and of course, because this is not designed for this, it's never gonna fit in these holes, and it's never gonna fit in where I want it to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some hot glue underneath on both sides, so I can at least, you see here, I'm gonna put some hot glue on the edge over here, some hot glue where the plastic goes. And I like hot glue because it's semi-permanent. It's strong enough so it bonds, but at the same time, if you one day you want to take it out, you can. Difference to other glues, you know. Same here. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue over here and on the side, the other side too, so I can push it in. And once it's pushed, I'm going to put a little bit more in here, just because I want to make sure that it's well bonded. And again, the best thing about the hot glue is that in the future, if I want to take it out, I can. And it kind of seals and bonds it. So I'll just wait a few minutes, turn off my hot glue gun, wait until it gets cold, and I think I'm good. I hate these little webs that it leaves, but I take them out later. And look, it's clean. It's nice, and it's strong. Look, very strong. The last part is this over here. This plastic goes on the outside and it holds the cable. So I'm just gonna put this cable in, push it, and it will hold it. Here, both cables. I mean, it actually is beautiful. I was gonna say it's not beautiful, but it actually looks good. Looks almost original. I'm cleaning up just these little webs that it leaves, the hot glue. And look at this. And if you see it from the outside, and look, that's what I like about hot glue. Even with my nails, I can take it out. Cannot see it was there. So, and this is the problem, you know, it's so tight over here. I cannot push it more over here because it will be tighter and it will not allow me to connect it well, and this is almost touching it. It is not, but it's almost, or it is. No, it is not. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's not here, it's here. There it is. Is it touching? It may be touching. That was the problem with this. These big metal parts were not allowing, but no, it's not touching. Hold on. Okay, we had to do a little bit more work in here. I was trying to fit it in, and this didn't fit this corner over here. Before I tested and it worked. Now it didn't work again, so I had to. I did this just in case. So I cut a little piece of here, and I cut a big piece out, big chunk out of here. I just, you know, with a file, I filed it for a little bit. And my next thing is gonna put some isolation layer. Okay, this is not good anymore. So I gotta isolate it again. So if it touches something, it won't cause any havoc in the keyboard. Put another one just in case, you know, it's always good to be careful and safe. So there's two pieces of isolation here. It's not touching anymore. It was touching the number 3 here. But it's not touching anymore, so if I put it in, it fits perfectly. There you go. Perfect fit. Just want to make sure everything's fine. Okay. So one last thing before we test it. Just want to make sure that it will close. Yep. It will close. It's a nice fit. And there's the switch. Looks nice. Just take that out and it closes good. So it's not like a huge gap or anything like that. As you can see, I put a little Apple logo over there. I love my Apple logos. So we're good here. Go for the testing. So I want to make sure that nothing is touching, everything is isolated. I'm going to connect it. All right, here it goes. Oh, hold on. No, if I don't, not going to be able to see anything turning on. So I'm going to connect my LCD screen. Let's move this over here. So I can put my LCD screen over here. And we can see if it works. Here we go. Okay. So far so good. Oh shoot. It's not turning on. I should see an LED here. There's an LED here. So if I don't get any power, it on? Yep. Whoa, no power. The computer is completely closed, it's working, it's been set up, power supply is inside, the switch is correctly installed, and I just put the floppy EMU and monitor. And one thing that I was going to mention is that this computer is PAL, and I don't know why when I was setting it up it actually came out with color. It did some, maybe you can see my old video, and it flashed a little bit and it came with color, and now I cannot get color for the life of me. So let's see it. So it goes like that, and it says AVI, you know, it's in my, or AB1, I'm sorry, and then it comes in black and white, no color. So that means it's in PAL. So I don't know, I'm gonna read more about this, but I got color. I could swear I got color before, so that's one thing that I need to consider here. Another thing that I did is I replaced the LED because it was very short and it was getting in the back, so you couldn't see it very well. So I put a longer one, so it really touches here and it really illuminates the red. Let's see if you can see it. There it is. Let's take out more. There it is. So anyway, we got this CEC working, and I got my Apple logo over here because I wanted people to know that it's a red Apple. And I am very, very happy with it. It's a beautiful color. It's a nice computer. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. Let's see if I can get later like maybe an extension or something to put cards for here. I don't know, but it's beautiful. I like it a lot. It works fine, and so let's see another one. I'm gonna take out my CEC out, and let's see if we can do the same thing. So here's the CEC, and this is the big brother of the red one that I just had. The nice thing of this is an Apple II clone, and as you can see, it looks more like a MSX or maybe an Atari computer with the design, and it also has the same, you know, more ports, of course, more. These are two drives, and this is a printer port, joystick. I don't know what this is. I don't remember. And CGA port for video. This is the TV RF, and this is a composite, and this is another printer port. And here's the power. So it says 220 volts. But, and I already opened it and did some things. So what I did is this is the original power supply, and it's a monster, and of course it's 220. It works, but every time I want to connect it, I need an adapter over here, and it's a pain. So I actually was looking for options just like on the other CEC, and my friend Herbert sent me these power supplies. He had this power supply, and it's smaller than the Reactive Micro. It's thinner and smaller, and I like it a lot. So I'm fitting it right now. So it's not completely done, but I just did the same thing that I did with the other CEC. Let me disconnect this so I can show you closer. Okay, so we can see here is my power supply. Then I added a switch, the same switch that I added on the other one. It fits perfectly over here, so I just have to take out the little tabs that it comes with. and I had to move it that way so it doesn't touch the power supply, and it's barely touching here. So what I do is I move it. I'm gonna position this, and I'm just gonna glue it to the bottom, and as you can see, it's touching the board, and over here there's a metal piece, and what I did is I put some tape so it isolates it. Other than that, it's not touching anything. So the only modification I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to glue these. I'm gonna have to glue this over here so it looks like the original one. I'm gonna have to use strong glue so it doesn't, when I push it, it doesn't go out. But other than that, I already did some soldering and tested, so it works, and it works perfectly. And I use the original cables with the original connector, connected to the same 5 volts plus 12 plus 5 minus 12 minus 5 that this power supply has. So this is a great power supply. I'm gonna send a link to the Amazon place that they sell it. It's a little bit costly, but you can't get something so thin and so small from other place. So I would recommend this for these kind of clones. So that's it. I'm gonna try to, let's test it. Let's do a little quick test. Of course, if I connect it, it would work better. But here we go again. Oh, that's it. It has a little delay. It's weird. And it's running. It's loading a game, which is Retro Fever. But you can see this computer is NTSC, so this is strange. Anyway, I'm gonna get into the end of this, but as you can see, it's working perfectly with the power supply, the new power supply. It fits well. I'm just gonna put it together in a little bit, but I wanted to show you how it looks and how it works. I have finished working with this material when I realized several things, and one of them is that the plastics are old and brittle. The way that this computer was made was so brittle that everything began to break. The posts over here, they just begin to disintegrate. So what I did is I added some, what's the name of this glue, the JB Weld glue, and I put them over here so I can create new caps, new posts, and I made holes again. But they're not that good, and look at this mess that it created over here because it's so short. So I'm gonna have to find a way to make it stronger over here, and also it begin to break over here, so I have to put over here a little bit more glue to secure it and make it stronger. Fortunately, on the front you cannot see any issue. It looks good and nice, but underneath there is, and you won't be able to see them very well, but there's a crack over here, and there's a crack over here, and on the edges there's some small cracks, and it was broken over here, and I have to glue it. So plastic is really brittle, and I'm very sad about it. I'm trying to make sure that I take good care of it. Also the label was broken, and I just also glue it over here. It looks weird, but it was very bad. So at least it's holding over there. Maybe at the end I'm gonna put maybe like a PVC plastic on front of it and tape it so it just covers it and protects it. But that's one of the problems I'm having with the plastic. So brittle that I'm afraid to work too much on it. So if you got any suggestions, please leave it in the comments. I would really love to hear about your experiences. I don't know everything, and I like to experiment, but if you guys got some suggestions, I'm very open to listen to them. The other thing that I'm gonna do is, when you turn on this computer, you see these two LEDs. When you turn them on, you turn the computer on, it's very, but when I say very, it's extremely dim. And let me show you. I'm gonna connect it. I'm gonna turn off my light over here. and hopefully you can see the, yeah, you don't even can see, they're so dim over here. Let me bring it closer. Yeah, you see? They're very, very dim. So I'm gonna replace them. And also you see that they're flush to the left, both of them. So I gotta move them to the right, move them up a little bit maybe. And while we do that, you know, this is a caps lock. One of them is a caps lock. So I'm thinking about doing the caps lock in other colors, maybe green or blue, so it looks different. And the CEC, I'm gonna, you know, the power, I'm gonna leave it red, but this one I'm gonna maybe change it for a green, yellow, or blue. So I'm gonna do that in a minute. We're gonna take out this and this. Sorry, this is the red. They both came out, and as you can see, they're in different polarity. So one is negative positive, and the other one is positive negative. So I took charge of it, so it's okay. Oh God. Well, anyway, sorry. I'm looking at things while I talk to the camera, but I don't show them well. They're different polarity, so we got to be very careful with that. Okay, so I just positioned them. I want them to be as tall as possible because I always can push them down. But if I want them to be close to the plastic, so they really do a bright light, and because the light's a little bit off from here, I want to be able to move them. So I'm gonna leave them as tall as possible, as you can see. Just do like that, and let's solder it. Right, so hopefully you guys can see and I can work without interruption. So first of all, I'm gonna solder this little capacitor that I saw that it was disconnected. There it is. Now let's do this. Oh, sorry, the one in the corner, you couldn't see it, but yeah, it's there. There they are, and I'm gonna connect it, and oh, there they are, and I'm gonna connect it and test it in a minute. Okay, here's the first test. Turn it on. Yep, there they are, and they look really good. So even turned on with the light, it looks good. So let's put the cover on. They look good, but look, if I push, they move sideways. So I'm just gonna move them a little bit and down, but they're in the right place. A lot better, huh? That's it for now, people. I'll leave you with these nice images of the LED in action. I also will ask you to please subscribe, like, and share this video. If you can, support me on Patreon and leave a lot of comments. I love comments. Alright, see you next time.